Yo, what's up, Doc Nation? It's your boy Docgotgame here with another entry into the Doc Diaries. This one's going to be kind of big. This one's going to be a big deal, and some of the announcements that I'm making have been some time coming, and some of them are a little new. The first thing I want to talk about is Mama Doc's status. You may or may not know Mama Doc was in the hospital with a heart attack last week. And I was really worried about her. You know, there was a lot going on my mind. I took a couple of days off from the cast just to, I know myself, like all of us do. I knew I couldn't come in and really entertain you guys the way that I wanted to. So I took a couple of days off to make sure that she was indeed stable. And on the day before I came back to the stream, found out not only was she let out, but she was already doing groceries. Typical Hispanic mom. That's usually what they do, is go out and do groceries after getting diagnosed with something really serious. But anyway, mom is okay. And, as always, thank you, for your well wishes and your warm thoughts. Thank you very much for that. I've been distracted a little lately with concerns about my mom. Her health lately has not been... Her health is just poor. Her health is not good at all. And it's been rough on me personally, to wrap my head around the fact that my mom isn't doing so well. And so, if I look on the stream as if I'm distracted or something is going on, I'm 99% sure that that's what it is. It's just in the back of my mind, and I'll have to work that out on a personal level. But that being said, I do apologize for the lack of consistency lately. I got off early today and yesterday because of CPU issues. Hi, OBS. Well, actually, I'm doing this on XSplit because I'm familiar with the local recording on XSplit. But I've recently moved over to OBS because the CPU draw is a lot less using OBS than it ever has been with XSplit. Just for reference, XSplit was using up about 37 to 40% of my CPU while live streaming, whereas OBS is using 20%. And sometimes less depending on the game I'm playing. So I'm officially an OBS convert. I'm officially with OBS, and I took today off. I'm here. Obviously, I'm not streaming. I'm doing this because number one, I wanted to bring you guys into the loop of what was going on, and number two, I wanted to figure out some of the final kinks with OBS so that for tomorrow's cast, it was where it needed to be. Now, talking about tomorrow's cast and moving forward. Okay. The 45-day challenge, I'm canceling that. It's to the point now where things come up in my life. Things happen that I can't control. My mom, my children, anything. And I don't want to disappoint you guys. I don't want to set myself up for something that I'm not 100% confident that I can come through with. The 30-day challenge was difficult for me. It had its moments where I was just like, the show must go on. I got to stream. It's my 30-day challenge, and I would stream for 3 or 4 hours. Well, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? I mean, is that really can I really count that? But I didn't really lay out any ground rules for the 30-day challenge other than the fact that I go live. So, hey, 30-day challenge complete. I'm proud of myself. I did it. I don't take anything away from myself. But, I just feel like I'm not in a position right now where I want to tie myself in so hard. It may just happen that I go 45 days straight. I did 30, and I rarely take days off. You guys know that. Which is gonna lead me into my next point. The 10-hour streams, they're killing me. I've got to stop pretending that I'm a young whippersnapper, with no obligations, no family, no children, no other full-time commitments that I have to tend to. And I have to be real with you guys, and I have to be real with myself. I've been battling my schedule for the year and 3 months that I've been a broadcaster, and you guys know that. I've switched it here, I've switched it there, I've done this, I've done that. I finally realized, I feel like I know where my comfort zone is. And my comfort zone right now is right at about 8 hours, okay? And the getting off at 10 o'clock every night and trying to get to bed early enough to where I can get up at 5:30 in the morning, with my wife and help her and the kids get situated and start taking care of my daughter. It's just not working. Okay. So, beginning tomorrow, I am going to go live. My new schedule. Okay. I'm going to do my best to keep this. My new schedule is going to be 12 noon Eastern Standard start time. So that doesn't change, until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to take an hour break in between. I'm going to stream straight on through. I'll take little 10-minute, 15-minute breaks if I need to get something down in my system, whatever I need to do, but I'm not going to take an hour break. So you're going to get 12 to 8 Eastern Standard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream 7 days a week, but one day out of the 7 is going to be a short cast. Okay. And what that means is one day out of the week, I'll stream 12 to 5 instead of 12 to 8. All right. That might be Mondays. It might be Thursdays. It might be Fridays. Follow me on Twitter at Docgotgame, and I will let you know the day in advance when the short stream is going to be. It might be the same day every week. I might change it up, but follow me on Twitter and I'll let you know the night before whether the next day is going to be my short cast, which 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still a 5-hour stream. So, in closing, schedule-wise, 7 days a week, okay? Trying 7 days a week, 12 noon Eastern start time until 8 p.m. at a minimum, all right? I'm going to give you 8 hours a day minimum, except for my once a week short cast. Now, I like this schedule because I feel like I'm able to give you a quality stream. I feel like I'm putting in my time, I'm putting in my effort, I'm putting in that work with an 8-hour cast. If the cast goes later than that, then hey, that's awesome, no problem, But I don't want to be obligated by my schedule to go till 10 p.m. If I do, great, but I want to know that I can cut it at 8 p.m. if I'm feeling tired, or if I got to get up early for something going on the next day with one of my kids, or whatever the case may be. So that is going to be my schedule beginning tomorrow. All right, so that's what I'm going to try, and we'll see how it all works out. So again, the 45-day challenge, I'm canceling that. I'm not going to go through with that because at the end of the day, if I need to take a day off, I want to be able to take a day off without feeling, like I let you guys down. Shit happens, man. I'm only human like you guys, and I may need to handle some business, and I need to be able to do that. So, moving into the next little bit, what's going on? I'm all over the place. ESO, Hearthstone. I mean, I'm everywhere in terms of content right now, and I know I'm tugging at your heartstrings. I was playing Terra last week, ESO. I played PlanetSide 2 weeks ago. I played Hearthstone tonight. So I know I'm all over the place, guys, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you sticking in the channel and just enjoying Doc. Just, whatever the hell is on the screen, that's secondary. You're coming to the channel and you're hanging out with me, and I'm so thankful to you for that. Thank you very much, okay? I am working very hard behind the scenes to try to get you a more consistent content schedule. Now, I know that as of the 15th, H1Z1 will be featured heavily in my channel. Okay, I'm not gonna make no illusions about it. I'm not gonna try to put up a front. I will be streaming H1Z1, and if I enjoy it, it'll be something that you see a lot of. On the 26th of January, I believe that I am going to go ahead and jump into Albion Online's alpha event. They are having a winter alpha event that will most likely be about a month in duration. I had a good time with the previous alpha, but at the same time, I was kind of at the peak of my Arc Age, where I was. I was a guild leader. There was a lot of political pressure. There was a lot of internal drama. So I really couldn't push away from Arc Age to give Albion Online a really good fair shake of the stick. So on the 26th of January, I plan on dipping into Albion Online. How that is going to affect the H1Z1 content, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I'll know as the situations arise. Firefall is coming out with something soon. I was told to kind of keep my eyes open on Firefall. So I will be keeping my eyes open on Firefall, and if it's something that I want to dip into, then I'll check that out. And then finally, we've got ESO. We've got Elder Scrolls Online. I've been singing the game's praises for over a month now, and nothing's changed. I still love Elder Scrolls Online. I like what it is right now, and I love where the game is going. I still hate the leveling. The leveling still sucks. I'm sorry, okay? I don't enjoy questing, and unfortunately, Elder Scrolls Online pretty much makes it to where, once you hit max level, you either have to quest, or you have to do spell scar, or you have to go into a dungeon, go in, kill 3 sets of spiders, come out, reset, go back in, and rinse and repeat. That's not my idea of a good time. So that's the only thing that's been keeping me from dipping into ESO almost full time up until this point. Now, when 1.6 hits on the test server, then I will more than likely jump back in onto the test server to see the champion system in action, check out that justice system, and anything else that's coming to the game so that I can be well informed when this stuff hits the main servers. Unfortunately, the veteran rank system is not going to be removed from ESO for several months, I'm imagining. So, it does behoove me and you guys to get to veteran rank 14 because they recently changed how the champion system is going to work and how many champion points you're going to be awarded. Now, it's not 30 champion points regardless of veteran rank. You actually can get up to, I believe, 70 with a veteran rank 14. So if you're out there right now on Elder Scrolls Online and you're enjoying the game or whatever, you want to level. Keep leveling, get to veteran rank 14 if you can. I know I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try to make it to veteran rank 14 before the champion system hits the main servers. But I don't know, with everything going on with H1Z1, I'll be on online on the 26th. Firefall possibly getting some kind of really cool update that I'll be interested in. I don't know, man. But all I can promise you is a good time, regardless of what's going on in the channel. Other than that, everything's been going pretty well. I think we bounced back from ArcAge, the slump that we had in ArcAge. I think we bounced back from that phenomenally. People have joined us during the segments of certain games, and they've stuck with us. They enjoy the content. They enjoy, watching me be a dumbass, I guess. I don't know. But nonetheless, as always, Doc Nation, I greatly appreciate your support. As you can see, YouTube is starting to get filled up as well. So if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There continues to be a flow of content onto YouTube that's not necessarily on Twitch. Sometimes it's a highlight. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that. My secret weapon Chunk is behind the scenes helping me bring some amazing content to YouTube. So make sure you sub to me on that. And then finally, subscribers, sergeants. We are finally making headway with the bot. Ryan has it looks like we've got the bot under control. So the medals have been wiped, hopefully for a last time. So the medals are counting. The subscriber ranking system is in place. If you go to Docgotgame.com and you click on ranks, you will see how long you've been subscribed to the channel consecutively, all right? And your rank. Now, the ranks are going to get reworked, as will the intervals, and I will announce that to my sergeants when that happens, to my subs, okay? You will know when that happens and where you are in that. Don't worry. As long as you remain subbed, you don't have to worry. You'll get the appropriate rank, and then you may even qualify for the Sergeant Re-enlistment program, which could be the thank you card signed by me or Juanita, okay? Or a set of Doc Nation dog tags. So I'll have all that information laid out in the coming weeks as Ryan gets all of this squared away. The hourly missions will be coming up soon. And also, we will be launching our very own Teespring t-shirt campaign very, very soon. All right, I'm working with Nathan. I'm working with my man on that. And I think you guys are going to love the t-shirt design that he comes up with. So I'm really excited to have my very first T-shirt campaign live for you guys. So I think that's about it, everybody. I think that's pretty much everything there is to cover. So to recap, bringing the stream back down to 8 hours, starting at 12 noon, for the most part 7 days a week, for at least 8 hours, except one day a week where I'll take an early day. Follow me on Twitter at Docgotgame, and you'll know what's going on. My 45-day consecutive streaming challenge is canceled. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. I don't feel like I'm in a position where I could really get through it, and I don't want to disappoint you guys. We talked about what's on the agenda. So anyway, Doc Nation, as always, good luck, have fun, and kick ass. What the hell? Good luck, have fun, kick ass, and get laid. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream. Peace.